Hi everyone. Today we'll be making Galbi tacos. As you know, Galbi is made by marinating it in this Korean pear. Now, the Korean pear came in a pair of two, so I'm going to be using the second Korean pear to make some taco toppings, and I decided on pear chutney. To make pear chutney, the first thing you want to do is add some apple cider vinegar to a pot, then add some brown sugar, and then also start grating the lemon zest of a lemon into the pot. Finally, cut the lemon in half and squeeze all the lemon juice into the pot. And we're going to want to bring this to a sort of like a boil, but not too much. You want to kill the heat as soon as it starts evaporating because you need that liquid. So here you're going to add in the main ingredients, which is of course the Korean pear. You want to cut the pear into really small chunks, then add in some onions and also add in some minced garlic. And finally add in a box of small raisins. This will give the pear chutney a variety of flavors. I'm going and mixing it up a bit, trying to really break the Korean pear into smaller pieces because I cut it too big. Next, we're going to add the spices. I'm using about a teaspoon of cumin and coriander, adding in about a tablespoon of ginger, and finally just a couple dashes of cayenne pepper. So once you add in all the ingredients, you're just going to want to slowly cook the pear chutney until it looks like this. It's actually going to take an hour for Korean pears, so cook it on low heat for an hour. After that, you can store in a jar and put in the fridge for up to a week. With our second Korean pear, we're going to cut this into chunks, and we're going to actually want to blend it in a fruit processor so we can use it as marinade. So we are only able to fit about half of the Korean pear into the food processor, which is fine because with the second half, we're going to add in extra ingredients. This will give a kick to the marinade for our galbi. So I added in some green onions, then some ground ginger. I also decided to add in a few pieces of sushi ginger for that extra kick, and then also some minced garlic. After we have the processed solids, we're going to add in about a third cup of water, then about a half cup of tamari soy sauce, and we also want to add in about a third cup of honey. You can also use brown sugar instead, but I prefer honey. Finally, we would want to add in some ground black pepper here. Just go ahead and, add in as much as you can. I would say probably a couple tablespoons is good enough. And once you're done adding in all the ingredients to marinade, make sure you zip up this nice plastic bag and go ahead and mix it as good as you can. Try to get everything even out. So here's our galbi. This actually costs like 28 bucks at H Mart. Incredibly expensive for just 10 slices, but what you're going to want to do is put in all the galbi into the marinade plastic bag and give it, a couple of good swishes so that the marinade covers all of the galbi. Finally, we're just going to want to store it into the fridge overnight. For the tortilla I'm going to use for my taco, I wanted to add a little bit of mozzarella cheese, just get that slightly melted. And we're going to go assemble. All right, so now we're going to start assembling the Galbi taco. First, put down the tortilla with mozzarella cheese. I use the flour tortilla. Next, we're going to start cutting the nice beefy parts of the Galbi. We are going to eat the beef off the ribs later. Don't worry, I'm not going to waste any of short ribs. This stuff costs like $25 a pack, so trust me, I'm not wasting it. But we got some really nice grilled beef slices here to put on our taco. And there's how that looks. Next, we're going to add some fried kimchi. This kimchi is still steaming hot, as you can tell. This adds a bit of flavor, but the majority of our flavor bomb is going to come from the pear chutney. So what I did was I just microwaved this for about 2 minutes, but add a good like 3 or 4 spoonfuls of pear chutney to the top of the taco, and trust me, this is going to taste amazing. So here's how that looks. Yeah, this is why I went with a big full-size tortilla because look at how much volume we're packing in this Galbi taco. This first bite was such a massive flavor bomb. Like, I could taste the sweetness, the saltiness, the savoriness, the Korean pear flavor all in one. The Galbi was cooked to, a nice tender texture. Yeah, it pretty much just kind of like melted in my mouth. I kept chewing through it, kept eating it. This taco was packed to the brim, so it actually took me a good 10 to 15 minutes to finish. And I enjoyed it a lot. So once again, thank you for watching, and please like if you like the video or subscribe to my channel. Thank you again.